Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Talk. Today we have a fascinating word for you, postulate.
That's a great one, Mai. It sounds very academic, but it's incredibly useful. It's all about putting an idea out there as a starting point, right?
Exactly. To postulate is to suggest or assume that something is true so that it can be the basis for a discussion or theory. It's a foundational step.
In my field of AI, researchers postulate new architectures for neural networks all the time. They start with an axiom and build from there.
When Jack mentions an axiom, he means a statement that is accepted as true without needing proof. So, you postulate from that starting point.
Right. How about you, Mai? You must postulate things in your life. Maybe about whether a guy you're dating is serious or not.
I definitely do that. I might postulate he's interested if he texts back quickly. It's my working theory until I get more data.
See, it's a universal experience. In business, you might postulate that a market will grow by 10% next year to build your budget.
That makes sense. It's like in jazz. You postulate a certain chord progression as your foundation, and then everyone can improvise on top of it.
Let's get into some synonyms that might confuse learners. For instance, how is postulate different from assume?
Good question. Assume is more common and often means to accept something as true without any proof, sometimes carelessly. It's less formal.
So, I might postulate a new theory of language acquisition, but I would just assume the train will be on time.
Perfect example. You assume something for practical, everyday reasons, but you postulate something as a formal basis for an argument.
What about hypothesize? That sounds even more scientific.
It is. To hypothesize is to create a specific, testable prediction. A postulate is the underlying assumption you need to even form that hypothesis.
So I'd postulate that language patterns exist, and then I'd hypothesize that a certain AI model can detect them. That's a clear delineation.
When Jack says delineation, he's referring to a clear boundary or distinction between two ideas. And yes, that's the correct usage.
One last one, posit. It seems almost identical to postulate.
They are very close. Posit also means to put forward a fact or principle as a basis for argument. It perhaps sounds a little more active, like you are firmly placing the idea on the table.
Okay, let's do a quick review of some key phrases from today.
Good idea. Jack will say the phrase and I'll explain it.
First, to postulate a theory.
This means to propose a foundational idea that will serve as the basis for a larger argument or set of beliefs.
Now for a comparison. Sentence 1. Scientists postulate the existence of dark matter to explain their observations.
And sentence 2. I assume he is not coming since he's already 30 minutes late.
So why is postulate right for the first sentence and assume for the second?
Postulate fits the scientific context as it's a foundational claim for a theory. Assume fits the everyday situation where you are making a simple guess based on immediate evidence.